What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mod Squad Network's Layeth the Squad Down. I am your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Steve.
How we doing, everybody?
Steve is back from on assignment and ready to go, I would assume.
Ready to go. Fresh back from New Jersey.
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 You want to talk about your Jersey trip? Did you have a
Uh,
nice little trip?
I did. I went to a wrestling convention. It was a wrestling 80s wrestlers of the 80s, some bullshit like that. Across the table from me was Mr. Hughes, Randy Hogan, Fred Ottoman, the biggest, the newest names of people that were wrestlers there that would have been like up to date roster was Maven, Snitsky, and Eugene. Everybody other than that was before that. The Powers of Pain were there. Harvey Whippleman was there. Danny Doring was there. Don Fry was there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. You went to Jersey. Did you visit anywhere else?
I did go. I visited because I'm a big movie geek. I went to the Quick Stop Groceries down in Leonardo, New Jersey, where they filmed the movie Clerks, part of Clerks 2, Clerks 3. It was amazing. I'm honestly surprised I didn't cry. I really expected to shed at least a tear of just like pure joy, but I was just so overcome with everything. It was great just to be able to take in a place that I've seen on the big screen, that I've seen on my TV screen, on my computer screen hundreds of times. To be able to actually walk in there, see it full color. It was just crazy and thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of shedding a tear, let's start out with Raw. I don't know why it just sounded good.
because we're now post draft. Everything on the show, Monday Night Raw and Sunday Night SmackDown, cheese and rice. Friday Night SmackDown. I am tired. I need more coffee. We have an entirely new roster. I'm not gonna lie. I missed SmackDown and I'm bummed because I will watch it simply because I know Trevor Murdoch debuted.
Trevor Murdoch debuted.
Not Trevor Murdoch. No, what's his name? This is how tired.
No, yeah. Cameron Grimes.
But I want to say that was like his original name. Cameron Grimes. Don't quote me on that.
All right. Well, first we get the first match for the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. It is Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Damian Priest. This was a pretty good match. All of these tournament matches have been pretty good. So, actually, Rollins defeats Nakamura and Priest for the win.
Which I'm happy and also bummed with. I would have really loved to have seen Nakamura have a really good run, but
I would too, especially since he's freshly returning. But I mean,
Rollins is hot. Rollins is hot. Just let Rollins do his thing.
Yeah. Then we got Mustafa Ali versus Otis with Chad Gable and Maxine Dupree ringside. Ali gets the win. You got to think positive Ali about this, guys. Steve was like, absolutely not. We're not doing this. Move on.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
World Heavyweight Championship Tournament match: Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor, and The Miz.
I loved this match. Oh, I loved this match so much because I was like, if they put this belt on Cody, it is just the biggest spit in the effing face.
Yeah.
And I loved this so much.
It was a good match, though. I mean, these are some really good workers, but Balor gets the win, and I think that's what should have happened. You don't want to set up Cody Rhodes almost getting there again. You kind of want the...
Well, let's talk about why Cody lost. Cody lost because they're furthering this Brock feud.
Yeah.
Because Brock comes out and just destroys Cody. Yeah. And because it's a triple threat match, it is officially no disqualification. The minute you make it triple threat, it's no disqualification.
Yeah. Which I don't understand why, if it's no DQ, why don't you just automatically go get like a chair or a kendo stick?
Right. What I don't understand is when they have a 4-way, how it's not automatically a fatal 4-way. Anytime there's a 4-way match, it should be a fatal 4-way elimination. Not first pinfall, fatal 4-way elimination. That is the only way to have a 4-way match. I'm sorry, but please, I digress. Please continue.
Well, the next match we have is Dana Brooke versus Rhea Ripley, and I'm like, Dana Brooke, what the hell is Dana Brooke doing? And I love how she comes down to the ring flexing, and she's about to slap a little kid's hand, and the kid just ignores the shit out of her, just like, no, I ain't touching you. It was hilarious.
Because this kid's like, who is this?
Yeah, I mean, who are you? I'm not touching you.
I'm
But
surprised
yeah,
she didn't do the one-handed flip.
no, she don't do that anymore. She just comes out and does the. Yeah, okay. You're flexing. I get it.
I flirted with Batista on
Yeah.
Twitter for a hot second.
Yeah, you're flexing, and if Rhea Ripley comes out and flexes,
hey, let her flex, because she's flexing that she's still got a job, which is
that's true. That's true.
Which is more than a lot of people can say. Like, she's working the gimmick. Like, good for her.
She's
Like,
working
I may not be a fan of Dana Brooke that much in the ring, but like, she's living the dream. She's got a job. She's working for the WWE. It's amazing for her.
Years ago when she was in NXT, I was like, "Oh my god, she needs to be called up to the main roster. She's awesome." And when she got called up, I don't know, it's just like her pizzazz just lost.
It's like Rey Mysterio losing the mask. You just lose the greatness of it.
Yeah. But then we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Imperium. Yes. Dun, dun, yeah. The hands behind the back thing. Yeah. Owens and Zayn defeat Imperium. I love this. Back to the Rhea Ripley match. It was a squash. Rhea just
of
squashed
course
her.
it was a squash. Why, you didn't even need to? We could have just kept going, and no one would have been like, "But wait, what about Dana Brooke? Did I miss something?
Did Dana Brooke win? Did Dana Brooke actually defeat? No, won't happen. Never. If Dana Brooke owned a promotion, she would not win against
Rhea Ripley.
Ripley.
If she was the promoter,
if she was the booker and booked herself to win, she would not win against Rhea
Ripley.
Yeah. But Owens and Zayn defeat Imperium, which I get. I don't even think this match should have happened. I think Imperium needs to,
well, the whole setup for this match, so let's get into it really quick. The whole setup for the match is the two underlings, Via Vini Vici and Kaiser, the Kaiser role, Kaiser Sose, are going around going, everybody next week will be here. Be ready to show your respect. Okay. And Owens and Zayn are just talking, and they're like, "Pay attention!" And they're like, "No, we're having a conversation.
We'll talk to you.
Give us 2 minutes."
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
And then, just like as they're walking away, I just love how Kevin Owens like, dude, you say general really weird.
Because he does.
Yeah. It's just funny. Yeah, I love how Kevin just like. He don't go with the flow. He's like saying what everybody thinks. I love it.
Yeah, that's why I've always loved KO. KO just it's like he doesn't have internal monologue. It's like the internal monologue just, you say general really weird. Like that's something that like you would just think in your head, but he's just like he's like a 5-year-old. That's what I love about kids. Kids have no filter. They'll just pinpoint like, you have a big nose, and I'll be like, I've always thought I had a big nose. Like, why do I don't think I have a big nose. It was just a thing. I don't have a big nose.
Well, next we get Nikki Cross versus the Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark. So she's a new call-up from NXT. I'm not a big Zoe Stark fan. She was a good face, and then they turned her heel, and I just didn't like the heel turn.
Yeah, I think she's a better face than a heel.
100%.
But Stark defeats Cross. I really hope that Cross ends up getting with Eric soon, because I believe Eric is on the main roster.
Eric Young has been under WWE employment for like 6 months now.
Yeah, debut him. Please.
Bring back Insanity. God damn it. Bring back insanity.
Next, we get a Trish Stratus promo. The overused of piped-in boos rarely reared their ugly head at times during Trish Stratus's promo. Yeah, Trish Stratus says, Becky's not here. She teased it a couple times with them playing the music, and they're like, "I got you," and then Trish starts talking more crap, and they play the music one more time, and she's like, "Guys, no, we're done with that." And then all of a sudden, Becky Lynch appears and goes to beating on Trish, and I'm like, "Keep your hands off my woman, Becky. Keep your hands off my woman." But no, it was a good promo, and I like what they're setting up for a Trish Becky battle.
Sure, it's going to be really good.
Yeah. Then we have Xavier Woods versus Dominic Mysterio, with Mysterio defeating Woods. There was shenanigans with
Of course,
Judgment
with
Day,
Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And I want to say Kofi is still injured.
Kofi is still injured, and you haven't seen Kofi on TV in a while, so
Hot minute.
yeah. So next we have the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament semifinals. We have Rollins versus Balor, with Rollins going over. Rollins gets the win. Okay.
Let's turn on my light.
Not a problem.
Shadows. Yeah. I'm like, where's the shadow coming from? And I'm like, oh, I forgot.
It was the shadows from the Judgment Day, man. It was the Judgment Day shadows, yeah. But yeah, Rollins gets the victory over Finn Balor in a pretty good match. As you do, two great workers. I would have been happy with either of these winning, except for the fact that if Balor would have won this match, he would not have won the actual match in Saudi Arabia, because he's not gonna beat whoever goes against, because you're not gonna have two champions in the Judgment Day, two world champions. It just won't happen.
I mean, then you put the tag belts on Priest and Mysterio.
I'd be okay with that, but you're not going to have two world champions in the same group. I don't think that would happen. All right, guys, that was Raw. Shall we move on to the SmackDown?
Yes, let's. I think what happened on SmackDown is very interesting to what might be happening at upcoming pay-per-views, but please continue.
Yes. We have Edge versus AJ versus Rey Mysterio for the belt, for the World Championship belt, with Styles winning. AJ wins.
Gay community. Sorry, keep going.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really hoping Edge would have won, just so they can continue the story of Edge did not lose that belt, the World Championship belt. He had to relinquish it due to injury. I would have loved.
This is true. He never lost it.
Let's see here. We have Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus versus Austin Theory, with Lashley defeating Theory and Sheamus. That is your two matches for the tournament, right there.
So then for the main event of SmackDown, it's going to be AJ versus Lashley.
Yes.
Okay.
Next we have Baron Corbin and Cameron Grimes, which they come out to the ring. Yes.
Oh no, I just realized I'm an asshole. Trevor Murdoch was
that was an actual wrestler.
He was part of a tag team.
Yeah.
He's still alive. It's his partner Lance Cade. It was Cade and Murdoch. That's what it is. They're both hillbillies.
There you go. But I love how Baron Corbin grabs the mic.
Circle. It's all full circle.
Baron Corbin grabs the mic and says, "You are gonna wish you were back in NXT, because in a few seconds you're gonna be on the mat, pinned, and blah blah blah, flat on the back." Okay, so the bell rings, and Cameron Grimes stomps him. Baron Corbin gets pinned in like the quickest match ever, which is a good thing because no one likes Baron Corbin.
Figure out what you want to do with Baron Corbin. You had him go on this big losing streak, and then you had the pay-per-view in Vegas where he struck it rich and he became Happy Corbin, and then they did the heel turn. Not that he was ever a face turn. Then it's a bad string of luck, and now he's on the bad string of luck again. When's the next show in Vegas?
That's what he's thinking. That's what he's thinking. When's the next show in Vegas? I need to strike it good again. Next, we have Roman Reigns returns to SmackDown. We had everybody in the ring from the Bloodline, and Reigns says there's a problem. It's not a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn's problem. It's the Usos.
It's an
And
Uso problem.
it's an Uso problem. He says he wants Jimmy and Jay to apologize, and he gets in Jimmy's face and says, "You need to apologize." And Jimmy's like, "Bro, you can't be serious." Blah blah blah. He says, "No, the next words out your mouth better be, I am sorry or I apologize, your tribal chief." And he's like, "Bro, I don't know what you." And he just grabs him, smash mouths him to the corner. Oh, it was crazy. And then Jay finally steps in and says, "Look, we're sorry. We're sorry." He says, "Give us one more chance and we'll bring back those tag team championships." And he's like, "You're right. The tag team championships are coming back to the Bloodline." I gave Paul Heyman authority. Paul, you want to tell him? And Paul's like, "Yes, I pulled every string I could. And next week, KO and Sami Zayn will lose their championships to Sokoa and Roman Reigns." So, and then Reigns goes and says he dedicates that match to Alpha and Sika, the Wild
Wild
Samoans.
Samoan's his
Yep.
dad.
Yep. And it was a really good promo, which all the Bloodline promos just seem to be on fire lately. Like, I used to hate a Reigns promo. Now I love them. I just love them.
I think this is interesting setting up with the tag team because we have the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view coming up, or the Saudi Arabia show.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to maybe see a tag team championship match in Saudi Arabia.
Sami Zayn is going to make that trip.
Which is bonkers. Which is bonkers because every Saudi Arabia trip they've done, Sammy didn't go, Daniel Bryan didn't go, purely based on their personal beliefs and feelings. So to know that Sammy is going to be doing a trip to Saudi Arabia is just it's bonkers, man.
At
It's
least that's
bonkers.
what I've read. At least that's what I've read. So.
That's what I've read as well.
Okay.
So you and I both read the dirt sheets. So yeah, it's there's a lot of talk of Sammy possibly heading to Saudi Arabia, which I just think is bonkers.
Right.
Was that the end of the show, or what else? Oh no, we did have.
That was like halftime. Next, we have the women's tag team championship match: Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez and Damage Control. Yeah, of course, Morgan and Rodriguez win, and it's and they pinned Bailey. So you know this is coming to a breakup because you can see Io Sky is sort of getting annoyed with Bailey just about every time they're on camera together.
This is horrible, man. Damage Control was such a good thing.
Yeah. Then we have Bianca Belair coming out to celebrate her championship, and then Asuka comes out, dancing, shakes her hand, and then spits blue mist in her eye. So it was like a super quick. It was like I do too. But it was a super quick segment, and you could see it coming because Asuka did not smile the whole time. She just had her lips closed, and I'm like, oh, she has the blue mist in her mouth the whole time down the ramp. You could just notice it, so you could see it. Then we have Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles. This should be this was the main event of the night. The winner will face Seth Rollins for the World Championship belt, and Styles defeats Lashley.
So we're gonna get Styles versus Rollins at Night of Champions.
Yep, and since there's already a championship on SmackDown, I'm guessing Rollins is going to win that.
Yeah, I don't know unless Styles then just goes to Raw, unless he becomes but then what about the OC? Yeah. It's so weird the way they're setting it all up.
I agree. All right, but that's all I have for Raw and SmackDown. What do we have for some AE dubs, man?
Bang, man. Dynamite started off with a bang. It was a great opener of Claudio Castagnoli versus Phoenix, with the stipulation that the winner of the match got a title shot for the opponent's belt.
Yes.
So if Claudio wins, he gets a shot with a partner of his choosing at the ROH Tag Team Champions. And if Phoenix had won, he would get a shot at the ROH Heavyweight Championship against Claudio. Great back and forth. I really loved it. Solid match. Claudio picking up the win. So him, and I'm assuming it's probably going to be either Daniel Bryanson or Brian Danielson. I forget which he is. The American Dragon, or I'm thinking Wheeler Yuta. I don't think he would pick Mox as his partner.
No, I think he'll probably be Yuta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll probably be Yuta. Um, we get Orange Cassidy going up against Daniel Garcia for the International Championship. Once again, another great back and forth match. You get two great wrestlers. Who are you dancing like?
Daniel Garcia.
Oh, I guess
Sorry.
Cassidy picks up the win. And it's either after this match or after the next match. There's a promo. Oh no, I know when it is. So don't mind that. We get the continuing feud. I don't get it, of Julia Hart versus Anna Jay. I'm not a fan of heel versus heel feuds.
I'm not a fan of either of these wrestlers.
I like Julia Hart. I'm a fan of the House of Black. I don't necessarily get the heel turn from Anna Jay. I understand the getting her out of the Dark Order,
Yeah.
which is also weird with that, because Stu Grayson was just apparently rehired. Like, they're like, Stu Grayson is all elite again, and I ain't seen that boy on TV once since he got rehired with the Dark Order. I see Evil Uno, and I see Andrew Reynolds, and I see Long John Silver.
John Silver.
That's his name, right? His name is John Silver.
Sure, yeah. Excluding the long, because he's
Well,
short.
he's got a beard. Look at the beard. The beard is
Okay.
long. He's got a long John.
I mean,
Long beard.
he could be
Long
long.
beard. John Silver.
He could be long somewhere. I don't know.
We don't. Hey, so then we have House of Black has stated that their trios championship can be defended. They're doing an open challenge. It's any three wrestlers. Doesn't matter which three wrestlers. Any three wrestlers can make a team. You choose the stipulation. There are no disqualifications. It's pinfall submission only, or some shit like that. So we get our first challengers, which I kind of understand, but at the same time, no way they're winning it. It's best friends of Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor teaming up with Bandito to make Best Amigos.
The best of me. I love that.
Going up against House of Black. Of course, House of Black wins.
Yeah.
After that, we see Orange Cassidy in the back, lying on the ground, standing above him, holding the Neverweight Championship and the NJWP or the NWJP Tag Team Champion, Kyle Fletcher of Aussie Open.
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. Holding that international championship. So we're going to get that next week on Dynamite, of Cassidy versus Fletcher. If Cassidy is going to lose the belt, this is the person to do it to. The dude is already holding two belts, a singles championship, a tag team championship. I am such a fan of Aussie Open. Put the goddamn belt on Kyle Fletcher. And for our main event of Dynamite, it is a cage match of Kenny Omega with Don Callis going up against Jon Moxley with the American Dragon on commentary.
Which he did a really good job on commentary, actually. I enjoy it.
He's amazing. Some of the best wrestlers are just amazing commentators.
Yeah.
CM Punk, amazing commentary. Like, him as a commentator, chef's kiss. Love it. This match, boy, back and forth. We got chairs. I want to say we got kendo sticks. I pray to God.
Glass.
I was about to say, I pray to God that was not real glass. It probably was, but I pray that it wasn't. Um, Jesus Christ! At one
Chairs
point,
wrapped in barbed wire.
chairs wrapped in barbed wire. At one point, they dive like over through the ropes and go through the cage, and the
It was like a
cage.
V trigger through the cage, right?
Yeah, oh man, it was so crazy, and the cage collapses, and Moxley gets out, and he takes a screwdriver off of a cameraman and shoves him away. Don't know why a cameraman would just have a random screwdriver on him.
Oh,
Uh,
before this, I want to get into this. I love how Mox was just using everything. He actually took the camera was filming, took the camera and rammed.
they took the top rope off of it, and he was taking the hook from the rope that you
Yeah,
hook onto the ring. He had it. He
yeah.
had it. They
No,
were
I'm
using
talking about.
every the
Yeah,
can. No,
he
yeah.
and then he kisses the lens.
Well,
I love, I
I
love
love
that.
that. I'm not gonna lie. That's not the first time a wrestler has grabbed a camera for a spot on
Yeah,
another wrestler. This is the first time I've seen someone take the rope off of the top rope and use the turnbuckle hook
yeah.
as an actual weapon. Um, Cage comes down. Moxley grabs a screwdriver because he's been using a flathead screwdriver
Mhm.
to bust
Gouge
people
people.
up.
Yeah.
And oh my god, Don Callis being the manager that he is, it's something that I myself would have done. Gotten to the cage, grabbed the screwdriver from Moxley right when he was about to hit Omega with it. Omega comes back. I want to say hits him with a one winged angel, or he
Hits
hits him.
Moxley. Yeah, hits
Yeah,
Moxley.
hits Moxley with something big. He's going for the pin, and then something I would never do as a manager. Don Callis, that son of a bitch. That goddamn son of a bitch. He hits Kenny Omega with the screwdriver.
On
What?
purpose.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
Kenny
nobody saw
Omega.
that coming.
Nobody. Oh my
Nobody.
god, bro. Like, and here's the thing. Is I'm a Twitter hound. Like, I love to just scroll Twitter. It's where I get the
Mhm.
source of my material or the source of my info. And I just see like Omega being carried to the back and the Bucks on both sides, and it says I have no friends, and I didn't think much of it. And I'm watching the match, and I see Callis take the screwdriver, and he doesn't get out of the ring, and then I see Kenny going for the pin, and I'm like, no. I'm like, Callis isn't about, and then bam, and I'm
Damn.
like, what is he doing? I legitimately was just like, what is he doing? Like, I cannot. They announced that we'll hear from Callis next Wednesday. So a
Yeah.
week from today, you'll hear me ranting and raving.
He was
Uh,
pointing at the scar on his head for
I
some
think no.
reason.
I think
Yeah.
he was telling people that he was smarter.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he was saying that because there is the scar, and I think the scar has something legitimately to do with it. I think they're working it into that angle.
Yeah.
But I think for any managers, I'm smarter than you.
That's
Your
true.
managers are smarter than
You would know.
everybody.
You would know. You would know.
I'm a manager. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. True. It's true. It's true, people. It's true.
It's true.
It's damn true.
Um, oh, it's damn true. So that was our main event of Wednesday Night Dynamite. We got four quick matches from Rampage. We open up with the Acclaimed with Daddy Ass.
Yeah. Oh, the acclaim. Scissor me, Stevie ass.
Ah! Taking on the Butcher, the Blade, and Chris Sabin, who has for some reason decided to dye his hair bright pink.
Mm-hmm.
The Acclaimed obviously picks up the win on this. We get Tony Storm taking on indie sensation Allison Kay. Allison Kay, if you don't know who she is, wrestles for, I believe, NWA Power. She also wrestled on one of the Mae Young Classics. I think there's only one Mae Young Classic. So I want to say
I think there was two. There was
oh
two.
well, she was on one of the two. The one that I want to say had Candice LeRae. And Tony Storm, of course, picks up the win with shenanigans, or just straight up. I walked down to get coffee at that point. We had Kyle Fletcher taking on Action Andretti. And a great back and forth. You have two great high flying performers that are great, also technically sound. Great back and forth, great reversals. Kyle Fletcher picking up the win on that. And then in the main event of Rampage, we have the Embassy taking on the Dark Order. So it's Brian Cage and Khan, I forget his first name, taking on Long John Silver and Andrew Reynolds. And great back and forth, great kickouts, especially for the size of what they have against what they have. You need to eat. That was your stomach.
Oh, you heard that?
I heard that. My God. I was gonna let. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And of course the Embassy picks up the win. And this is the craziest thing is at the end of the show they're beating down on the Dark Order, and Keith Lee comes running out with Dustin Reynolds, and Keith Lee is holding a stanchion. He's holding what they use at movie theaters to like pull out the thing and separate the line. Those things are freaking heavy. Those things are like 20 to 30 pounds, and Keith Lee just comes holding it out. He's holding it at the base, and when you hold it at the base, it's a lot easier. The weight is more evenly distributed.
Right.
But try and pick up those things when you see them at a theater. They're heavy. And that's the end of AEW. Mr. Kevin, if you had to pick a match of the week.
Before we get into our match of the week, I should have done this at the beginning of the show, but make sure you check out the Mod Squad sponsor, Skullectomy by Jolt 7 Studios. Go check them out on Facebook. Great skulls. You can get almost anything customized you want. Check out Skullectomy by Jolt 7 Studios. That is the Mod Squad sponsors this month. All right, my match of the week would probably be the Kenny Omega versus Moxley.
Yeah. Are they made from real skulls?
No, but she does make them herself.
It's just my joke. I would agree with you. Moxley versus Omega in the cage for me, match of the week. Just such a great back and forth. Second place coming in very close. Kyle Fletcher versus Action Andretti. Just a great back and. Even Claudio versus Phoenix. That was another good one.
I'm actually going to say my second would be the Edge Mysterio Balor match. Yeah, Styles. Was it Styles or Balor? Yeah, Styles. It was Styles.
I guess Balor's on Raw.
Yeah, Edge Mysterio Styles match, because they did a lot of spots that involved three people that were really cool. Like I enjoyed it. So
cool.
That would be my what would you call it? Yeah, my second in line. All right, guys. Steve, where can people find you on your podcast?
That's the last podcast you'd want. I release who knows when.
All right, guys. Make sure you check out Back to the Retro Review. That is where my channel, where I review movies from the 80s and 90s, also featuring this guy right here. Check out the Horror Show, the Movie Talk Monday, the Gamer Show, and we're live every Saturday night with a giveaway. All right, guys. That does it for this episode of the Mod Squad Network's Layeth the Squad Down. So for Steve, I am Kevin saying keep on wrestling, everybody. Ding, ding.